Hello and welcome to my Dubai Fitness Challenge workout video. My name is Juliette and I'm from Body Hack, and for the next 30 minutes I'll be guiding you through a Pilates routine. Feel free to take the modifications and the progressions based on your ability and take as many water breaks as you like. Let's get started. So I just want you to stand nice and tall on your mat. I want you to relax your shoulders away from your ears. Lengthen those arms out. Feel like somebody's pulling you up through the crown of the head and draw your belly in so we're all nice and connected. Let's take our arms out to the side. We're going to take a nice big inhale through the nose and exhale out. Take a nice big inhale again. Lengthen those arms. Allow the shoulders to relax down from the ears, and again in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Good. Now we're going to change that. We're going to inhale, come up, and then you're going to bring your hands into prayer and round out your spine and draw your hands towards your knees, and then take a nice big inhale, lengthen all the way up. Exhale, as you fold, scoop your belly in, round out your back and lifting all the way back up again. Exhale, fold, round out that spine like you're a big cat, and then inhale and lengthen. And one more, bring those hands in, exhale, fold, and come all the way down and lengthen up. Lovely. Now all we're going to do, we're going to take our arm to the side, and then I want you to rotate and circle around. We're moving our spine in all different directions, so we're circling all the way around. Take a nice big inhale, open the rib cage, exhale, expand. One more to this side, inhale and exhale, open. Let's change sides. We're going to inhale, take it over, exhale, open right out. Twist through that spine. Let's go into that nice lateral flexion and inhale over and exhale, expand. One last time like this, inhale and exhale, expand. Take those hands back into your prayer pose. We're going to start at the center. We're going to inhale. Now go into a little back extension, and then exhale, fold with your nice flat spine until we can't go flat anymore, and bring your hands down towards the floor. Pretend you're picking up some flowers and bring those flowers up back into prayer pose. Let's inhale, extend even a little bit further if you can. We're exhaling, folding forward, nice flat back, and then finally hinge forward. You can bend your knees here if you like when you pick up your flowers. Pick up those flowers and come all the way up. Inhale, extend. Open that chest out, folding forward, falling all the way down to the floor. Pick those flowers up, and we have one more of these. So inhale, extend a little bit further, then exhale, fold and fall, and pick up those flowers and come all the way back up to standing. Lovely. Take your feet a little bit wider than your hips, or just really underneath your hips. We're going to take some chair squats, so warm up through the quads. I want you to bring your arms up by your ears if you can. If that's too much though, just bring them forward of the body. And I want you to imagine that you're sitting back on a chair, okay? So every time you're coming down, you're either bringing your arms just forward or up by the ears. Good. And sitting back on a chair, draw your belly in, make sure your spine stays in a nice alignment with your body. Good, and let's go for 4 more. Try and get a little bit lower. You can inhale on the way down and exhale on the way up, zipping up through your pelvic floor. And on the last one, let's stay down here. Good, and we'll just add some tiny little pulses, just really warming through the quads. Make sure that neck is in line with your spine. And let's go for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, and come all the way up. Lovely. Good. Shake out those legs a little bit. We're just going to turn to the side. Okay, so side on from your mat. We're just going to take our hands to the hips for now, and I just want you to take a little slight bend in your leg, and we're just going to go back and up. So it's sort of like a little half lunge, yeah? So we're just stepping back and forward. Try to keep your spine nice and upright, and the crown of your head reaching for the ceiling. Now we're going to change that. We're going to come into a balance. So come down and balance, and down and balance. And if you can, take the arms up and balance. Inhale, exhale. Draw the belly in for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, let's change legs. Okay, so from here, we're just going to bend in the front leg a little bit. And remember, you can just stay with the tap and touch, yeah? So we're going to tap in and back out. What I want you to do is keep this neck in a nice line, keep your belly drawn in, and really concentrate on that balance. So you can stay with this one, or we're going to start doing the balances. So we're lifting up and come down, and lift up and come down. So you'll feel this working in your standing leg mainly. And if you want to add those arm raises, we're coming up and down and up and down. We'll just do 2 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale, and come all the way back up to standing. Very nice. From here, we'll just take that one leg back, and then we're going to fold ourselves down towards the mat, and we're going to step out into a nice long plank. Readjust yourselves. I want you to make sure that your wrists and shoulders are totally aligned, and our bottom is not sticking up in the air. It's nice and flat. Make sure you have no wrinkles on the back of your neck, and let's just breathe here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend your knees and come back into a child's pose. Take some nice big breaths here, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Okay, let's come back up into all fours. We're just going to take some swimming kneeling now. So what I'd like you to do is make sure your wrists and shoulders are aligned, and your knees and your hips. We're just going to reach our opposite arm and opposite leg and reach them really long, and then to the same height as the body, and then bring them back together. And let's alternate sides. So we reach long, we lift, keep that eye gaze looking down at the mat, and then come back. And let's change again. Reach long and lift. Try to draw the belly in and then come back. And last one, let's reach and lift and come all the way back down. We're going to do one more time each side. This time I want you to really reach long, draw the belly in, and I want you to see if you can reach the arm out to the side as the leg goes out to the opposite side. So we're just going to slowly reach them out in opposite directions, trying not to move the hips at all. And last one, and bring that down. Let's change sides. Reach and lengthen. We're going to reach out to the side and back in. So notice your neck alignment. Is it nice and aligned? Are you drawing your belly in? And are your hips moving? Notice all these things. Nice and slowly, last one. Very good. And just come back and relax again. We're going to go into our planks again one more time. So this time imagine there's a cup of tea on your neck and one on either side of your bottom. We're not going to move those. We're going to take one leg back and then the other leg back. Now if you need to be on your knees, you can come here, that's absolutely fine. And if you need to be on your forearms, please take that position as well. We're just going to hold this plank here just for a moment. And now I want you to put all your weight in your left foot and lift up your right foot, point and flex that toe, bring it back down. Lift up the left foot, point and flex and bring it back down. Can we do that 2 more times on each side? So make sure that neck is still in alignment. Make sure your hips are nice and level. And 1 more on each side if you can. Otherwise, take a break if you need to. And last one. And come all the way down. And relax. Very good. Okay, let's swing our legs around. We're just going to go into some little sit bone walk. So we're just going to mobilize our hips and our bottom. Okay, so we're just going to walk forward, picking up your feet and walking forward. Yeah, and then we're going to walk all the way back. So just keep shuffling through those hips. If you are old enough like me, you might remember Jane Fonda. She used to tell us we'd lose a lot of weight off our bottoms doing this. I hate to tell you, not true. Anyway, so we're just going to mobilize, okay? Let's walk back. And then let's just stop in this position here, okay? We're going to bend our knees. We're going to place our feet flat on the floor. I'd like you to sit up really nice and tall, okay? So again, imagine someone's pulling the crown of the head up to the ceiling. We're just going to take hold of the backs of our legs, but very gently, yeah? And we're just going to exhale, scoop our belly in, and just round out to this sort of C shape with your body here. So your lower spine is rounded, And then we exhale and we're going to sit up nice and tall again, okay? So really nice light hold on the backs of your legs. Exhale, scooping your belly in, rounding down, and then exhale and sit back up. Now, if you are more advanced, you can take your arms away and we can exhale and we can scoop that tummy in. So really feel like your tummy's being scooped in by something, and then you exhale and sit up. You want to try and keep those feet grounded on the floor. And I want you to imagine that there's a book balancing on your head the whole time, yeah? So we're looking forward. Good, exhale, roll down and come back up. It's kind of almost a feeling as though somebody's punching us in the tummy, and then we're exhaling and coming all the way back up. Let's just do one more of those. Exhale, rounding down to that C shape. Keep your eyes looking forward and come all the way up. We're going to add on a little bit. So we're going to exhale, we're going to roll down. I'd like you to twist over to the side, back to the center, over to the other side, back to the center, and come up. Now, if that's too much for you, just do one side at a time. So it would be over, back to the center, and up. Otherwise, you can do two. Exhale, roll down. Twisting, over, over, and back. Now, we are using the oblique, so I want you to really use that twist and try and hold that nice contraction through your abs. And exhale, come up. Two more. Exhale, roll down. Twisting over, back to the center, and in, and come all the way up. And one more for me. Roll down, really scoop that tummy in. Good. And back, and come all the way up. Let's take it all the way down now. So we're just going to roll down one little vertebra at a time. So don't rush this. And then bring your arms overhead. And we're just going to, we're going to circle our arms around and bring them next to the side of the body. Okay, and that reminds me, if you need any water right now, please take it. So let's have our feet flat on the floor. Bring them a little bit closer to your body. I want your feet and your knees and your hips in a nice line with everything, okay? From here, you've got your neutral spine, which is a little gap under your back, okay? We're going to imagine there's a cherry tomato there. We're going to tilt our pelvis as though we've got a cup of water on our pubic bone here, and it's going to spill over our tummy as we squash that cherry tomato, and then we're going to roll up into a nice high bridge, okay? In your bridge, I want you to have a small apple space between your chin and your chest at all times, and I want you to just rest nicely on your thoracic spine, your upper spine. We're going to roll down one vertebra at a time until your bottom comes out last, and you've got that space for the cherry tomato again. So this is called Imprint. We're going to roll through to Imprint, lift our hips nice and high. Imagine there's two big helium balloons lifting your hips up into the ceiling, and then we'll exhale and roll down. If you'd like to add some arms, we're going to take our arms up to the ceiling first. We're going to exhale, roll up one vertebra at a time, and then take a nice little stretch overhead as you lift up and squeeze into the back of the body, all the glutes and the hamstrings, and then exhale, roll down one little vertebra at a time, coming all the way back down. Inhale, and we reach up, lifting those hips high, and then exhale and fold down very, very slowly, yeah? And one more, and we're going to stay up here this time. So stay up here. Now just bring those arms back around to the side of the body, and all we're going to do is we're going to lower the bottom towards the floor and then lift and squeeze your bottom and your hamstrings. Lift and squeeze everything. Yeah, imagine there's a brick on your rib cage as well. You want to keep those nice and connected. So it's a lower and a lift and squeeze. Yeah, and we've got 5 more. Lift and squeeze. Good, try and make it nice and controlled. Relax the upper body. And last 2. And last 1. And can we stay here? If it's enough for you, come back down. Otherwise, we're just going to do some little pulses just to finish off those glutes. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up there. Try and drag the feet back towards you. Imagine the heels are being dragged on that mat and pulling back towards you. Last 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Hug your knees into your chest, and we can take some little circles around on our back just to release everything. Good. Okay, let's get into some abdominal work. So we're going to do a couple of different types of curl ups just so that you can choose your option. We're going to have our feet flat on the floor and the knees, feet and hips all in a line again. Clasp your hands at the back of the head, keeping your elbows nice and wide. We're going to exhale and curl up and then come back down. Now notice my elbows are staying wide. So I'd like your elbows to stay nice and wide as well. Yeah? So all we're doing is we're using our breath. We're drawing our belly button down every time we exhale and curl up. Your eyes should be going towards your pubic bone, and that small apple should be still between your chin and your chest here, yeah? So you can stay with this one. Otherwise, we're going to lift our legs into what we call tabletop, which is just a 90-degree angle. And we're going to continue with that. We're going to exhale and curl up. So the knees stay nice and still, as do the whole legs. And we're still keeping those elbows out wide. So I want you to rest your head really heavy in your hands. Imagine your head is like a big heavy bowling ball. And we're just curling up each and every time. Let's do 4 more. Really draw that belly down to the floor. 3, with control, so we're not speeding through these. 2, and 1. Amazing. Bring the arms down to the side. Now we're going into toe taps. I'd like you, if you're a beginner, to squash your lower back into the mat. So like that cherry tomato, again, squash it down. If you know what you're doing, you can stay in neutral. We're going to not change the angle of our legs. So keep the angle the same. As you reach one toe down to the floor, and then bring it back up, and the other one down. It's a very slow, controlled movement, but the trick is not to change the angle of the leg at all, okay? And only go as low as you can keep that cherry tomato squashed under your back. And if you want to progress this, you can exhale and curl up, and we can do it here. Keeping the elbows wide, drawing the belly down, and imagine there's a bucket of cold water on the floor and you're just tapping your foot into the bucket of water and coming back up. Let's see if we can do both legs now. So either stay curled up or drop your head and shoulders down. We're going to reach them both down. Again, only go as low as this lower back can stay connected to the mat, and you can rest your head and shoulders down if you wish. We've got 3 more. Reach and lengthen. 2. Good. You should be feeling those abs. And last one, hug those knees into your chest. Very, very nice. Okay, we're just going to go back into the bridges just for 1 moment. So place and then we're going into an ab series. So place your feet onto the floor. We're just going to lift straight up into a bridge this time, okay? So lift those hips super high. Remember the apple between your chin and your chest. Put all of your weight into your left foot, and we're going to tabletop the right. And then we're going to bring it back. So remember, tabletop is just the 90 degrees, yeah? So we're just switching our weight from side to side on the feet. But what I want you to notice, are your hips staying the same height? Are they shifting from side to side? Or can you keep them nice and still? Yeah, so just keep doing that. We're going to do 2 more on each side, lifting and lowering with control. Have your hips dropped? Have a look. Keep them nice and high. Good. And then we're just going to come all the way back down and take a little hug in. Good. So we've just done our warm up for our abs with our curl ups and our toe taps. So now we're going to go into a little bit of an ab series. So let's create that little burn. Okay, so let's take our legs back up into the tabletop. We're just going to curl up into a little ball here. Now what I want you to do is slowly reach one leg long and bring the other knee to the nose, and then exhale and switch, and exhale and switch. So this is our single leg stretch. Now if that's too much for you, you can do everything with your head and shoulders down, okay? So I want you to really concentrate on drawing your belly in, really reaching that leg long, and especially if you're curled up, curl up a little bit more for me, draw that belly in, and let's go for another 6. 5, 4, 3. Are those legs reaching long? And if it's too much down on that low level, take them up higher. Yeah? And last one. And release. Very good. Okay. Let's take our legs back into the tabletop. If tabletop is too much for you, for your hip flexors, you can do this one with your legs down, okay? Or your feet on the floor. Back into the tabletop if you're coming up. We're going to exhale and curl over to one side. So we're doing an oblique twist, yeah? It's the start of our crisscross. So we're keeping the legs nice and still first of all, and we're just twisting from above our waist. I want you to keep your elbows wide again. So it's like you're trying to bring your elbow to your knee, but you just can't, yeah? So more like the shoulder to the hip. And last one. Good. We're going to change that now. So what we're going to do is we're going to extend one leg long as we reach over and twist, opposite elbow to knee, and then again, nice and controlled. So I don't want to see any of this kind of cycling movement. We're just nice and controlled, reaching and lengthening, reaching and lengthening. Good. And exhale every time you switch. Good. And let's go for 6. And 5. And 4. Good. Keep breathing. And last one. And release. Come back in. Very good. We're not done yet though. Okay. So we've had our single leg, we've had our crisscross. Now we're going into our double leg. So we'll all start in the modified version. So squash your lower back into the mat, have your legs in tabletop, arms above facing the ceiling. We're going to just reach our arms and our legs both out nice and long and then come back into center. Squash that lower back into the mat the whole time and then come back. And do hold it out there for a little bit. We all know why we rush, because it makes it easier, right? So let's control it. And if the legs again need to be higher, that's absolutely fine. You can take them higher. Let's go for 2 more in this modified position. And if you want to stay here, you can. Otherwise, we're going to curl up, okay? We're going to reach our arms and legs long and back. Now notice my head and shoulders stay off the floor, okay? They're not dropping back down. Arms are by the ears. So that's progression number 1. And if anyone wants to join me on the full one, we're going to inhale, extend out, exhale, circle around and back in. Inhale, extend out, exhale, circle around. So you've got 3 options, yeah? You choose which one's yours. We're going to do 4 more. 4 and 3 and 2. And can we hold it out there on 1? Just hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Come back in and relax. Take your arms out nice and wide, and we're just going to rest our feet onto the floor, and we're going to shift both knees over to one side and then back over to the other side. Okay, so the head will go the opposite direction as you do this, and if you wish to do it in tabletop, you can also do it in tabletop for more of a twist. So we're just twisting through that spine. Good. And we'll just do 1 more on each side. Good. And then on the next one, just roll all the way over. And then we're going to come onto our tummies, okay? So on our tummies now, we're just going to stretch out those abs first of all. So just have your hands in front of you, and we're just going to push through the hands and just lengthen up through the spine. Notice where your shoulders are though. Are they up here? Most of us carry our tension up here. Let's draw them back and down. So imagine your shoulder blades are going into your back pockets. And then we're going to exhale and come down. Let's just do another one of those. So inhale, press up. Lifting up. You might need your hands further away as well to come up higher. That's absolutely fine. And just have the legs out wide in a V, but it's those shoulders that we want down and back and stretching out those abdominals. Good. And exhale and come down. Okay, from here, bring the hands in a little bit closer. Keep the forearms on the floor. We're just going to push up just halfway. So notice my elbows are just off the floor a little bit. And we're just going to scoop around and look around to the side. So as though we're looking at our feet. Well, we are looking at our feet. And then we're going to exhale. We're going to swoop back round low and then come up high on the other side and take a look at our feet this way. So we scoop around and come and take a look. So these are called our baby looks. For a reason. We feel like we're looking like a baby to try and see what are those things behind us. Are they my feet? Can I see one of the feet or can I see both feet? See what you can do. This is great for obviously spine rotation. Things like when you're driving a car and if you can't see behind you and things like that as we age, really, really good. Good. And last one, scooping down in the middle and just rising up. Bring your hands out in front of you, lengthen those legs away. Imagine you've got a big balloon inside your tummy. Okay, every time you inhale, that balloon presses into the floor. So we're going to keep our neck in a line, keep looking down at the floor. We're going to inhale and float our arms and our legs off the floor using that balloon in our tummy. And then we exhale and come down. Inhale, lengthen the arms and legs away and hold and hover those legs and arms, and exhale, come down. Now if it's too much for you with legs and arms, just do your legs. So you can put your hands here. Inhale, float the legs up and the arms, and exhale, come down. On this last one, stay up. We're going to inhale, hover here. We're going to drop opposite arm, opposite leg up in the air and down. Just nice and slowly. So try to make sure you've got no bend in your knees. Okay, and we're just slowly going into a little bit of a swim. Once you've got that, let's try and swim a bit faster. Good. So we're really using all our posterior chain muscles. Everything's working here. Let's go for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Push back into a nice big child's pose. So we're going to have our knees wide, toes together, and just come down and sink down into that child's pose. I want you to go back to that breathing that we did at the start. So inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Try to imagine that there's a big balloon now in your rib cage, and you're expanding through your ribs every time you inhale, and every time you exhale, that balloon deflates. So your ribs are three-dimensional, so imagine that that balloon is expanding into the back of your ribs as well as the sides. Big, big inhales, big, big exhales. Up to a seated position. We're just going to finish off. We've got a few minutes left to go. Okay, so we're going to sit with our legs either long, or you can sit in a diamond, whatever's comfortable for you. Okay, it's your home, it's your workout. Yeah, let's take our arms nice and long. I'm going to choose for the long option. We're going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to exhale and we're going to twist around and come back to center. Now notice my arms are staying out in a nice long line though. And my feet are staying the same length. So if your feet are moving like this, then it means that your hips are also moving. So try and center everything, yeah? Good, and see if you can twist a little bit further each and every time. So it's an exhale, twist, sit up tall in the center. Exhale and twist, sit up tall in the center. Good. And see if you can go a little bit further on this last one. Exhale, twist, using that middle upper spine. Exhale, twist, and come down. Let's just roll those shoulders out. Good. And back the other way. And I just want you to tuck your feet underneath yourself. So we're going to come into this little ball shape now. Place your hands on the floor. Keep the hands on the floor, which means you can keep your knees bent. We're going to slowly lower the heels down and slowly come and straighten up. So when your hands need to come up and your legs are straightening, roll those hands up your leg one vertebra at a time. And come all the way up into standing. Good. Okay, we're just going to take our feet a little bit wider than our hips, and we're just going to pretend our arms are like spaghetti. So we're just going to swing around like spaghetti, lifting your heels off the floor. Just loosen off everything because you've been on the floor a long time, yeah? Good. Nice and free. And then just stop in the middle here. We're just going to take a big inhale. Take a little back extension, and then you're going to exhale and throw your arms and your head and shoulders down. Inhale, back extension. Exhale, throw it all away. So if you've got any last little bit of tension left in your body, I want you to get rid of it now on that big exhale. Take a further extension. And one more inhale and exhale, throw that away. Stay hanging down at the floor now. See how your body's feeling. Hopefully it feels a little bit looser and a little bit freer. And then we're just going to drag those hands back up our legs again and roll up one vertebra at a time all the way into standing. Good. Just take the shoulder rolls and back to the other. Good. And we'll just take a little side bend. So reach over, hold that stretch there. You can even bend one knee a little bit, and then try and see if you can straighten that leg and see if you can stay in that fold that you've just got. And then come over, reach and lengthen again, opening out these rib cages. Let's really finish with that nice stretch. Bend one knee, yeah. And then see if you can stay in that folded position and straighten that knee. And then come all the way up, good. Just tuck your chin to your chest. We're just gonna do a half neck roll from one side to the other. Good. And that's you done for the day. So thank you so much for joining me. Remember that the Dubai Fitness Challenge challenges you to exercise for 30 minutes every day for 30 days. So let's stay with that. We have got this, we're in it together. So any of your postings, please don't forget to tag at Dubai Fitness Challenge and hashtag Dubai 3030. And also follow me, Jules1Dubai and Body Hack. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day.